It is a dark day in the world of the earth, one of the longest reigning kingdoms. It's on its way to falling. No, it is not the US. The monarchy of Queen Elizabeth II has come to an end. Us here at the NBM, that is the New Black Media, we should offer our condolences to the Queen, the princes, the duchies, not the duchies, that is for the Americans, what they smoke. I'm talking about the duchies. And all parties involved, including those Eurofricans, the Nigerians, and the Ghanaians, because the nation is in mourning tonight. And here at the NBM, because we are not BBC, we are the NBM, we will do a life retrospective of Queen Mum, Miss Queen Elizabeth II. Now, before we begin, we shall play a clip honoring the Queen Mum. So if you are sipping on some tea, please indulge us in lifting your teacups or your lager glasses in a toast to the Queen Mum. Because without her, Black people around the world would be in a much better place. This has been a message from the Black Furs Night Rider.
What your first reaction was when you heard the news that the Queen is under medical supervision?
I think it's pretty sad, like, when anyone kind of gets in that position, like, you wouldn't want that to happen to your own family member. But I'm not, like, the biggest fan of the Queen, or just, like, the monarchy in general, so I wasn't, like, that upset or overwhelmed by it. It was just something that happens, I guess.
You're not the biggest fan of the monarchy. I wonder why.
Mainly to do with, like, British, like, colonial history, things like that. A lot of things that have gone on, which have been quite shady. Even, like, recently with like Prince Andrew and everything. So
Spill the tea.
yeah, I'm not really their biggest fan.
Fair enough. Well, it's nice talking to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. This is Gravity of Atlanta. And tonight, as I have said, we will eulogize the Queen because she has passed on. And passing on, we shall remember all of her contributions to this sphere we call the earth. Buckingham Palace is in mourning. The BBC has gone black in solidarity with the passing of the Queen Mother. So shall we begin with her career retrospective? Yes, we can. She has lived a full life. Gentlemen and ladies, a very full life. 96 years old, that is quite the accomplishment. Even with all the rich foods in her, I am so sorry. When you are British, as of myself, the gravity of Atlanta, you internalize the Queen Mom. So how did that American musician Jay-Z say it? She is I and I am her. Yes. Yes. We internalize the Queen Mom. So we shall begin with the sentiments across the world. Now, you have heard what happened in England, in Windsor. That young lady must have been corrupted by the one Donald Trump. I think she is one of these UK MAGA supporters because our friend of Buckingham Palace, Joseph R. Biden, which we will Sir Knight Joseph R. Biden very soon. Very soon. She must be one of these MAGA Republicans. So, we will not take her word as the gospel for the sentiments of the nation. We have gotten word, ladies and gentlemen, that the nation, all the takeaways have shut down. That's right, folks. All the takeaways have shut down in solidarity with the Queen. Uber Eats will not be delivering until about 8 o'clock in the morning. Big Ben has been crying. Yes, Big Ben cried. It has been a shame. The nation is in mourning. We have heard rumors and reports, but we will take them as reported rumors, that Meghan Markle, the Duchess of, we forget where she's from, and Prince Harry, the favorite baby boy of the nation, are on their way back to the UK to be with the family and to prepare preparations for the entire whole of London to be shut down. Because this is a very, very, very tumultuous time in our nation's history. When she took over in 1952, she was only 25 years old. I'm sorry, 1951, my math is no good. Yes, Gary James. Thank you, Gary James. Yes, Betty White served her country well. Thank you for being a friend. She traveled up and down the roads and back again. Her heart was true when she was fucking over every African in you. That is right. Thank you very much, Gary James. Are you calling from Sheffield? I think you are from Sheffield, yes? Yes, because only Sheffield people write out hashtags such as this, and at last put it in all capital letters. That is a Sheffield thing. But yes, I'm sorry, let me fix my crown again. We are wearing a crown today in solidarity of the Queen. So yes, Prince Harry and his wife are on the way back to the UK. Has anybody checked on the Caribbean community? Has anybody checked on them? We have a very thriving community here of Caribbean descent in the nation. I have gotten tweets and reports that Brixton is in mourning. Brixton is mourning. Now, for those who are not familiar with Brixton, that is a very thriving African and Caribbean population. That is where they are. The jerk drums are not, they're not lit. They're not alight. It is quite sad driving around on the high streets. The jerk drums on the side of the streets. They are not alight. My source at Sky News has said the barricades are coming up. They said they might not have enough, the supply chains and everything. The nation is saddened. The nation is saddened. But let us begin. Oh, Gary James of Sheffield has come with another comment. What about JA? We will get to JA. I believe that is Jamaica for our Northern England viewers who do not understand London lingo. JA, yes, that is Jamaica. Yes, where they have filmed 3 James Bond films. And as I have heard it, our correspondent, Kid Gravity of America, will be talking about the JA this Saturday at 3:30. Is it 3:30? No, he said 2:30, between 2:30 and 3:30. So I think that is what you Americans call 3 o'clock. So he says to bring your tea, your crumpets, strumpets, and we do not say the B word here in London. We do not say that. That is disrespectful. I don't know how you Americans do this, but okay. Let us begin. We will talk about the Queen Mum. The Queen Mum. That's what she has led some of the greatest eras in our nation's history. Oh, yes. She was in power when the Michelin Star Guide became our go-to to where we eat and conversate in the nation. That's all. Now we have from reliable sources that the Queen was very, very fond of the Gordon Ramsay chain of restaurants. Very good. I have not been because you cannot get a table and the lunch menu is not as appetizing and as appealing as the dinner menu. I understand that I am rambling, but I am looking up information. We will talk about Queen Elizabeth in her dealings with the, how do you say, folks, I'll have to be politically correct here because if I say black, I will get hate mail and tweets. So I will say those of the African and Caribbean diaspora. Yes, we will talk about them. Now, for those who do not understand, she has a history in Africa. Yes, she has. Yes, she has. Ladies and gentlemen, according to sources, years ago, the Queen called the Black ambassador a gorilla. Yes, she did. And unfortunately, people took this out of context because of Snopes. And us here in the nation, Snopes is our go to make sure that things are told in a truthful manner. So we will read from Snopes. So please read along if you can. And by the way, to assist in the Queen's funeral arrangements, because us in the nation, we help each other. We are not like the Americans. We will help our fallen leaders. You can add money to the application of cash that is on the bottom of your screen, on the ticker. Yes, you can add that. Yes. But let us read what Snopes has said. Did Queen Elizabeth describe a black ambassador as a gorilla? In June 2022, the Platinum Jubilee revived a disturbing old anecdote that suggested casual racism on the part of Elizabeth II. Claim. Queen Elizabeth II once referred to a black foreign dignitary as a gorilla. Now, Snopes says this is unproven, which means that it is true, but without a source, they cannot confirm. So we will continue. Fact check. As millions of Britons celebrated Queen Elizabeth's passing, I am sorry, we British folk pride ourselves on reading correctly. The first. As millions of Britons celebrated Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee, 70 years on the throne, in June 2022, a disturbing old anecdote which raised the prospect of casual racism on the part of the UK monarch gained prominence once again on social media. Yes, it did. I remember, I went outside and asked the nation. And unfortunately, I've been hanging around on Twitter too much, around Black American spaces, and I have emerged from there with a slight African accent, a needless ability to want to see their spaces, and now instead of saying ask, ASK, I have said ask. I apologize. I shall go to the theater later and be recultured. But let us continue. The claim that Elizabeth once laughed while describing a black foreign ambassador as a gorilla has been the subject of speculation for several decades. There's no doubt she did once describe a particular ambassador with that word, but it has not yet been possible to determine who the man in question was, and therefore whether her remarks bore any racial undertones. As such, we are issuing a rating of unproven. On June 1, 2022, during Jubilee celebrations, HRM Queen posted a video clip on Twitter along with the caption, "Oh, this is in good." In the video, BBC presenter Kirsty Young asks, see, I've done it again, Americans, asks David Jason, a widely beloved veteran English television actor, whether the Queen has ever showed her reputedly sharp sense of humor in his presence. Elizabeth knighted Jason in 2005. Jason replied, quote, I remember seeing an off-the-cuff piece of television where she said she was talking to family and she said they were talking about an ambassador that came from another country and she said, actually, I thought I was talking to a gorilla. The responses to the clip make it clear that many observers believe the ambassador in question to have been black, and therefore that Elizabeth's impressions and a light-hearted recollection of them were disturbingly racist. Although it re-emerged in June 2022 in the context of that year's Platinum Jubilee, the Jason clip was actually recorded in 2016 on the occasion of the Queen's 90th birthday. His gorilla anecdote caused a stir at that time, and again when a clip of it was shared widely in April 2021. On that occasion, the tabloid Daily Express, that is a rag. It is a toilet. But we are continuing. Sought to fight back against the claims of racism, asserting that the ambassador in question was actually Walter Annenberg, US ambassador to the UK between 1969 and 1974, who was white. However, the Express presented no evidence or attribution for the claim that Annenberg was the dignitary labeled a gorilla by the Queen, and that the newspaper's own royal correspondent, Richard Palmer, has already refuted that claim. Despite our research, we found no evidence to suggest that Annenberg was the ambassador in question, though we know it is at least possible since he visited Elizabeth in his official capacity in June 1969. We will not do anymore because I am thoroughly ashamed that someone would do this against the Queen Mother. We are not doing this. We are not doing this. She's that is not her opinions do not reflect the nation, even though we have internalized the Queen Mother within all of our spirits and all of our hearts. God bless the Queen. God bless the Queen. I am sorry, folks, that I've been pausing for a few times doing this, but my heart is hurt. It is hurting. I feel like I've lost my own mom, even though she's still alive. A piece of me is gone. Now, again, if you would like to assist with the Queen's burial, or you would like to see Africa finally rise up and take back what is theirs, please, on the application of cash, please donate $ Kid Gravity Beyond, please. But we do have breaking news, folks. We do have breaking news. We do have a statement from a contingent in Africa. We do. We do. Let's see. We are going to pull it up. And then we're going to take a brief commercial break, non-commercial break. Yes, that is right. I have listened to the one in America called Jason Black. And I'm going to turn it over to our Jamaican correspondent, who will give the sentiment of Jamaica. But yes, we are going to pull up the statement. We have the statement from, it's a minute. The statement is gone. No, it cannot be gone. Wait a minute. We will find this. I am sorry, folks. We usually are quite, we have found the statement. I am sorry, folks. It was on the wrong screen. Yes. So we shall show this and we shall read together, folks. Here we go. Can everybody see it? No, you cannot. Here you are. Yes. And we will zoom in for everyone to read along. Make sure you are sending out this space. This is a safe space. Make sure you are sending this to all your friends. Here we are. Now, this is a statement from the economic freedom fighters. They are based in Africa. So it says, EFF statement on the death of Queen Elizabeth. Crawford, Thursday, 8 September 2022. The economic freedom fighters notes the death of Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor, the Queen of the United Kingdom, and the ceremonial head of state of several countries that were colonized by the United Kingdom. This is how they say in America, someone is dropping their receipts, or how we are over here, someone is adding that VAT. This is George Jackson. Yes, George Jackson of Manchester has weighed in on this subject. He has said, there are lots of people confused who don't know why Black people are happy she's gone. Now, I am not one of those Black people who is glad that she is gone. The Queen Mum rests on my wall next to my picture of white Jesus and Barack Obama. So I am not in unison with your views, Mr. George Jackson of Manchester. But let us continue. I am sorry that we cannot zoom in any further, but please, if you can find it in your spare time, read along. Read it to your children. This is a lot of words, but let us continue. Elizabeth ascended to the throne in 1952, a happy day for the nation. Reigning for over 70 years as a head of an institution built up, sustained, and living off of a brutal legacy of dehumanization of millions of people across the world. This is why I left Africa and came to the UK. Yes, because this sentiment is what those over in America are starting, and I am not for it. The Queen Mum is the Queen Mum, but we are going to continue. I would like to see more of their statement. See, Eric Johnson, 1994, a young man. He has his teacup in the air in honor of the Queen. Thank you, Eric Johnson, 1994, of Dorchester. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Even though it says on your Twitter feed you are from Cardiff, but thank you anyway. But we are going to continue. We do not mourn the death of Elizabeth, because to her death is a reminder of a very tragic period in this country and Africa's history. Britain, under the leadership of the royal family, took over control of this territory that would become South Africa in 1795, from Batavian control into permanent control of the territory in 1806. From the moment onwards, native people of the land have never known peace, nor have they ever enjoyed the fruits of the riches of this land. Riches which were and still are utilized for the enrichment of the British royal family and those who look like them. So, they are talking about white supremacy. I do not believe in white supremacy, because me, as an African who has migrated to the nation and gotten a stellar education and became a journalist, I'm sorry, I had to fix the crown. I do not believe in these sentiments. I came to America. I am sorry, I'm going to America, but right now I am in the UK. And in the UK, I have a good job, I have a great career, and I have interracial sexual access. So I do not need to follow these sentiments. And trust and believe I would be along the parade route with my flag of my adopted homeland, the UK, the Union Jack. And I will be shedding many tears for the Queen Mum and make sure that Meghan Markle does not ascend to Queen. But let us continue with this statement from the Economic Freedom Fighters of Africa. By the way, the safari is superb. From 1811, when Sir John Cradock declared war against Amahosha in the Zerveld, in what is now known as the Eastern Cape, until 1906, when the British crushed the Banbatha Rebellion, our interaction with Britain under the leadership of the British royal family has been one of pain and suffering, of death and dispossession, and of dehumanization of African people. We remember how Nexeli died in the aftermath of the Fifth Frontier War, how King Hintsa was killed like a dog on the 11th of May 1835 during the Sixth Frontier War, and has had his body, I'm sorry, my accent keeps coming out because I'm reading a statement from the homeland. I apologize. I did it again. And he has and had his body mutilated and his head taken to Britain as a trophy. It was also the British royal family that sanctioned the actions of Cecil John Rhodes, who plundered this country, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. It was the British royal family that benefited from the brutal utilization of people of Kenya, whose valiant resistance to British colonialism invited violent responses from Britain. In Kenya, Britain built concentration camps and suppressed with such inhumane brutality the Mau Mau Rebellion, killing Dedan Kimathi on the 18th of February 1957, while Elizabeth was already queen and eating bad roast beef. The family plundered India via the East India Company. It took over and oppressed the people of the Caribbean islands, I'm sorry, I sound like an American again. I apologize for my uncouthness. Their thirst for riches led to famine that caused millions of people to die in Bengal, and their racism led to the genocide of Aboriginal people in Australia. Elizabeth Windsor, during her lifetime, never acknowledged these crimes that Britain and her family in particular perpetuated across the globe. In fact, she was a proud flag bearer of these atrocities because during her reign, when the people of Yemen rose to protest against British colonialism in 1963, Elizabeth ordered a brutal suppression of that uprising. During her 70-year reign as queen, she never once acknowledged the atrocities that her family inflicted on native people that Britain invaded across the world. She willingly benefited from the wealth that was attained from the exploitation and murder of millions of people across the world. The British royal family stands on the shoulders of millions of slaves who were shipped away from the continent to serve the interests of racist white capital accumulation, at the center of which lies the British royal family. If there really is life and justice after death, may Elizabeth and her ancestors get what they deserve. And they put their contact information there and said, "Come at me, bro." Well, they said, that's how the Americans would say it. She said, "Come at me, bruh. Come at me, bruh." So, you have seen that statement. And as I said, we will be taking a very brief commercial, non-commercial break. And when we come back, we will shift it over to our Jamaican correspondent to get the feel of what is going on in JA. So again, if you would like to contribute to the Queen's funeral expenses, or you liked what you heard, please donate to the application of cash at $Kid Gravity Beyond. So, yes, very brief commercial, non-commercial break. Thank you. And please keep the nation in your prayers. turn it over now to our Jamaican correspondent to get a feel of what has been going on in the island of Jamaica, one of the British colonies, even though they've gotten their independence. Jamaican correspondent? Yeah, them say, yeah, Queen dead. Queen dead. The way you tell me, say, yo, me see it on JPC, ABC, CBS, ABC, LQP, TWITTER. Them say, yo, the woman gone, you know, and me said to myself, yo, me just eat the best patty me ever have. That's how much I care about the Queen. Wagwan in here. When I say, when I say, Wagwan in here. Yeah. Me don't hear something in a JA. And let me tell you what the people them I say. The people them not here, you know. Inflation are killed we. Them a kill people down here, so. When we get the news that the Queen died, everybody's right? Then, and then we do this. We do this, ladies and gentlemen. At this week. At this week. That's how we mourn somebody that take money out of our pocket. That's how we mourn we. That's how we mourn. We're not playing a game down here, sir. We're not playing a game. Queen gone. I said, yo, Gary, Mas Gary, yo, me said Jamaica. What? A pure God, yo. I'm gonna bring back the Sting and the Clashes, them. The people them I bring out them mattress for the daggering. Them say, yo, the Metal Gate, no Metal Gate are here in Jamaica. No stand up for this segment. Yo, me say, yo, even the Jamaican them in Ireland, I shoot a firework. The Irish them, I shoot a firework and I dancing on the street them. Yo, them say, I got like a, you know what I say, yo, I got a rum bar and the man say, yo, first shot upon me. I said, all right, then pour the shot and give me the whites. So I'm gonna take the whites. Then what about the Queen? The man say, yo, you know what I said, I'm not give you the first shot. I'm like, what you mean, sir? I say, I pour out the first shot for the devil. Even though I said me is a Christian, and I love me Jesus, I have to give the first one to the devil, because the devil finally did something right. I say, yo, Rasta. The devil not like no liar, you know. And the man say, yo, today, I tell the truth. The devil do good work today. The man do him little work. And them take one down there and say, yo, them said, when the Queen get down to, you know, fire jungle, the fire pit them, I turn into igloo. The liar boy them down there, sir, I turn angel. And your favorite, their white supremacists, finally understand what does Oman do to black people. Jamaica. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you Saturday, but I'm going to talk to you today. You just have the door blast open for the reparation then. $500 billion. Go on your job. Owner should be booking out Air Jamaica and Delta Airlines. You tell them, say, yo, I don't want to go to London. Nah, sir. I want the plane them to land right in front of Buckingham Palace. Because we want with money. We don't give us no check. We want the cash. Load it on the plane. And make sure say you fill it up real nice and slow. Because we want to watch you. And we're going to count every dollar. And then we're going to back a country. And we're going to rebuild Jamaica. And then we're going to build a statue to the Queen. We're going to call it Queen Mother. And then we're going to have the youth them come lock it up, knock it down. And then we're going to drop it into the ocean. And then we're going to play like an elephant, man. You know. I see North dance before, but the Queen out there, she dead. I see North dance before, but me know say the Queen is dead. All right. We're going to play that all night. Then we're going to switch. Well, the Beanie Man, you remember seeing him? Like, yes, yada. Who you know is deader? Queen Elizabeth. The nation is mourning. They don't know what to do with themselves. Them a cry. But they kiss my wife in the same body. We're gonna make a song, you know. But that's all I have. I said, I forget back to the party then. The bashment. I forgot bashment in Kingston, and I got bashment in Tivoli Garden, then Matches Lane, then I got jump on the bus at halfway tree, and I got over Montego Bay. And I got party over there, sir. And then by the time I get over and done Montego Bay, it's time for go work. But now I work tomorrow. I gotta get a big old plate, starfish and callaloo, 3 or 2 or 7 dumpling, and piece of green banana, and piece of yam. I'm gonna wash it down with, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna wash it down with a nice glass of English wine. And then me go and watch the ocean and just wait to watch all of the people them for go England, for go stand in line, for go throw a rose upon this woman car. I'm gonna look upon them and say, yo, Una is a wait. We can't say it right. Yo, this is an ancestor. Say it right.
This is a sick Negro.
All right, me done. I forgot bashment. But I'm gonna turn it over to King Gravity. We're gonna turn it over to the man. So again, another brief commercial. But for the whole of them who I feel something in all them art for the Queen, you have something for you, you know. 3 things for you. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start.
Ari Double Coon.
Fancy.
Commercial. All right, y'all, enough jokes. Let's really have a conversation with the family. M. Flournoy. Now, is it Flournoy or Flournoy? Because I heard B Zilla say Flournoy. And if I'm saying your name wrong, don't give me one of them Chicago beatdowns when I come up there. Now, you asked if I'm an only child. I am the oldest of 4. But I was an only child for 7 years, so I got to express all this. And I was a class clown, so I got to express all this. But yes, I'm still a clown at heart. And Flournoy. See, I was right. You better go curse out B Zilla. He called you Flournoy. I was like, damn, I thought I was wrong. But yes, folks, let's talk about it. This Queen Mom, this Elizabeth Windsor, the hell with her. Black people around the world are celebrating. The coons are pissed. Really, look, niggas be wildin'. They are so mad right now. Folk, them African coons are over there. They are, man, the things I've seen on Twitter, folk. They ran that Nigerian professor who was running outside calling Black Americans Akadas. I think the UK contingent found her tweet where she dissed the Queen and were giving her hell. I think she cut her account off. When I saw that, I said, God, dog, here we go. Like my Jamaican correspondent said, the Irish were going crazy. The IRA, they are blowing shit up. Not like that, YouTube. They are happy. This ultimate white supremacist is gone. Now, I'm not dissing the family per se. This is a loss. That's all I'm going to say. Film, animation, art, hello. But before we get into this, let's see who was in the chat, because I didn't get to do that, except saying it's 2 people. Let's see. 007 Spidey, I don't know if you're still here, but salute. Yeah, whatever. No, what are you doing? You know, DD Phoenix, hello. M. Flournoy, I thank you. Yes, the accent. I was practicing all day. Oh, by the way, for those who see this and get pissed off at me that I was dissing the Queen twice, and I'm probably gonna do it about 30 more times before this ends, just know I can fight. Just know I can fight. But let's see who else is in here. Goddess, yes. Nicey girl, hello. Yes, the crown was lovely. Yes, the crown was lovely. Yes, yes. Hey, baby girl. Hey, come get your crown, please. Here's your crown. Hey, give me the line one time. Thank you. Jamaica, you heard what the 3-year-old said. Tell Queen Elizabeth, well, she gone. Tell the rest of the family, cut the check. But let's continue. Who else is up in here? Gary James, I saw you. Yes. Let's see. Damn it. Eric Johnson, 1994. Hello. Let's go down. Tania Marie. Yes. That old slave trader might have gotten a big fight canceled. I'm highly pissed. What fight? Wait, Joshua was fighting or something? Nah, man, this is what y'all do. Y'all supposed to still fight. Let's see. Who else is up in here? George Jackson. Hello. I saw your comments. Yes, George Jackson of Manchester. Yes, thank you. Worldviews. Hello. Hello. Make sure you tweet this out to your people. Torian Rain. Hello. Give Tweety Bird back. It's Tiara. Thank you, Brother Torian Rain. V Maltzby. Yes, hello. And I I think that's everybody. And Dark Skin Brother, yes, welcome, welcome. And Film Animation Art, I did not forget you, ma'am. Yes. You know, you showed her love. And Nikki the God, yes. Hello, Nikki the God, the moderator in the building. Welcome. I'm Flournoy. She needs to be dissed. God bless the dead and all that jazz, but can't nobody tell me what she did for anybody. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Queen Elizabeth has done many things for people. Yes, she has. She has shown the entire world she has an anti-black racism. She wanted to make sure that was known. Even though Newsweek tried to say that she danced with the Ghanaian president, and that's supposed to not make her racist. But we know better, folks. We know better, Black people, because it seems like the rest of the world who follow this chick don't understand who she was. But we're going to do that here tonight, folks. Dark Skinned Brother says, I don't think a crown will be waiting for Queen. What's her face where she's going? Yes, there is a crown. It's called a corona. And a corona is a very, very hot crown. Shout out to the nation. Quasi Black Star, B1. Here we go, folks. Who wants to see the 8 racist things that Queen Elizabeth has said, according to Atlanta Black Star? I think you guys want to see this. Let's look. Let's zoom it in because you guys have to see this. Okay. Here we go. 8 racist things Elizabeth and the royal family have said about Black people and others, by Taylor Gordon, May 11th, 2015. And that was her, I believe, in the, I don't know who the hell that is. That might be her. Maybe. Who knows? I don't give a shit. Anyway, the Los Angeles Times reported in 2004 that when Princess Michael of Kent was dining in New York, she turned to a table of Black Noogers. Okay, so that was Princess Michael of Kent. Yeah, because it was like, there's no way the Queen looked like that. I don't think the Queen was ever young. But anyway, when Princess Michael of Kent was dining in New York, she turned to a table of Black New Yorkers she considered too loud and told them, you need to go back to the colonies. You need to go back to the colonies. The German-born princess is the wife of Queen Elizabeth's first cousin, Prince Michael of Kent, and her father was a former high-ranking person, not Black people, talking about in German, officer, according to the LA Times article. Keep a pin in that, folks. Keep a pin in that. Her spokesman said she did not make a racist comment. Really? You told a table of Black New Yorkers you need to go back to the colonies. Why didn't you just say go back to Africa? Because you know what would have happened. You and your whole table would have got stomped out. So you use colonies on these Black folks. They didn't process the word colonies. And Flournoy says she skipped right over childhood, puberty, and everything in between. She got the crown at 25. So we do not know. She might have been made. It was the 50s. People were doing a lot of stuff. Who is this Negro? Mocking traditional African dress. When Prince Philip met with the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, he caused the media whirlwind after he commented on traditional African garments. What do you think he said? He said, quote, you look like you're ready for bed, he said with a laugh, according to a report by The Telegraph. And 10-1, there will be, I think, since the nation is going to be shut down when this parade happens, or this procession, I should say, probably figure about 10 to 12 million people in London. I would say about 30% of them are going to be Nigerians, and maybe out of that 30%, 70% of them will be coming off a plane from Lagos. They love them some Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. She might as well, but she knew her time card would have been punched. I mean, I kind of thought she was gonna go when she got sick off the coffee venereal disease. But you know, she has access to the best physicians in the UK, so they kept her around. But let's continue because we only did 2. Oh, look at that. A picture of the Queen, Barry Soetoro, Michelle Soetoro, and the Duke. I think that's the Duke. No, Prince Philip. Yes, Prince Philip. I thought that was a Duke, but I forgot the Duke died years ago. So it says, they all look the same. We know where this is going, folks. When President Barack Obama made small talk with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip upon meeting the royal family for the first time in 2009, excuse me, the prince made a comment that was widely regarded as racist. The Queen and the prince asked the president and his wife about their grueling schedule since arriving late Tuesday evening. Quote, the time lag, said the Queen. You're just trying to stay awake, said Philip. Okay, not innocuous, not racist. Let's continue. I had breakfast with the prime minister. I had meetings with the Chinese, the Russians, David Cameron, and I'm proud to say I did not nod off in one of the meetings, Obama said. Okay. A laughing Prince Philip then blurted out, can you tell the difference between them? Obama replied that he had no trouble telling them apart. Yeah. So she was being racist against white folk. Now, is that called racism? Or is that called roasting? I just need to know. Are we going to go deep? And Flournoy, I'm probably going to get this flag, but we're going to go deep. We're definitely going to go deep. Go deep. Let's continue. Lord have mercy. That is a face. Racist comment by Prince Harry. In 2009, Black British comedian Stephen K. Amos said Prince Harry told him the previous year that he didn't sound like a black chap. God, dog. But we all know Prince Harry has a little bit racism inside of him. Yes. Sorry, I nodded off. I'm sorry. I'm not Obama. I had to nod off a little bit. Brother Torian Rain said, that's called PC on PC crime. Yes, sir. Thank you for the clarification. That's PC on PC crime. But this is the UK, folks. So we'll call that crumpet on crumpet crime. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it crumpet on crumpet crime. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. New York Post cover. Royal N-word for German. Prince Harry's swastika shot. Oh, yes. Who remembers this? Oh, yes. Big story. The Post did not care. So for all you young people that agreed with Twitter suppressing the Hunter Biden story, just know the New York Post was on that way before Twitter was a thing. And this was back in 2005. So you were probably, I'm going to be nice. Let's continue. Prince Harry dresses as an N-word for a German. In 2005, Prince Harry's antics got him in trouble when he picked an insensitive costume for a party. While this didn't lead to any racist quotes, it was one of those moments where action spoke much louder than words. In a public comment to the press, the prince issued an apology for dressing up as an N-word for Germans. Sorry. Again, it's been a long day. And flaunting we'll call it, two Z's interlocked and flipped vertically armband at a costume party. Various publications has shown the historic links between the British royal family and the N-word for German party. Again, keep a pin in that. Beginnings of racist differentiation. If I don't care about none of that. I ain't finna read all that. Who is this spook who sat by the door? Is this not the Negro that was in the movie? Shout out to that brother. He is not a Negro, but he looks like him. He looks like Sonny Carson. Yes, he does. This would be, if they didn't pick Sonny Carson, he would be the British actor that they brought over to do the role. Gary James. Amazunga on Twitter wrote, please be respectful of the queen. She was a head of state, a monarch, a mother to multiple. I saw that. That white boy was trolling hard, and he got people in the comment section laughing and pissed off. Prince Philip strikes again. Prince Philip to black politician Lord Taylor of Warwick, which is in England, 1999. And what exotic part of the world do you come from? I'm still smiling. So for all you Nigerians and Jamaicans and Ghanaians and who the other one that be running over them Kenyans be running over there talking about, oh, of course, I'm just so glad to be in the nation. This is my home. Even though I came here, I'm 25. I came here in 22. This is where I am. This is where my heart lies. Dorian said, Prince Philip looks like came from Poltergeist to God. No. Wait, I gotta do it right. This, even though this is my traditional garb, folks, this is my traditional garb, but I live in the nation. So now, the Queen Mum is my mum. There was too much corruption over there and I fled. Yes, I was like Lawrence Fishburne in that movie, fled. I fled. And I've come to the nation now. And I am a Brighton first and a Nigerian second. God bless the Queen. Negro, please. Let's continue. Oh, y'all just going crazy in the comment section. We finna read. And again, before Prince Philip was asking black people what exotic part of the world they were from, he was insisting that hanging out with Asian people would eventually leave someone with their own messed up eyes. God, dog. Like I said, you got to give it to the white races. The white races just does not, the old white races, I should say. The old white races has no concept of self-awareness because they know they're in the ground very soon. They'll just say anything. What are you going to do to them? When addressing a group of British students in China, he warned that if you stay here much longer, you will go home with messed up eyes. In fact, Prince Philip has uttered so many racist comments that they now fill an entire book entitled Duke of Hazzard, The Wit and Wisdom of Prince Philip. And that's the 8 racist things Queen Elizabeth and her family and the royal family have said about black people and others, according to Atlanta Black Star. Folks, how y'all feeling so far? Are you saddened that the Queen Mum is gone? Or are you like me and like, what am I going to do tomorrow? I know Nikki DeGod is in the building. Her birthday is this weekend. She trying to figure out which deep dish pizza she going to eat this year for her birthday and to put one of them sparkle candles in it. I know M. Flournoy is like, listen, Chicago got cold. I'm trying to find this winter coat at Marshall Field. Brother Torian Rain just finished loading up his third video for tomorrow and getting ready for his live stream. Me, I got surgery tomorrow. I really don't care. To me, this is just all fodder and jokes. But let's get serious again, folks. Because the Queen in 1933 did the N-word for a German salute. Yes, she did. Would y'all like to see it? Would y'all like to see it? Of course you would like to see it. This is historical fact. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Well, Gary James, technically I did 9 because I did the one where old boy called, where they said gorilla. So that's 9. Not to mention all the atrocities she did in Africa. The Kulina diamond needs to go back to Africa. I'm going to need Africans to get on the ball and go get that. But yes, you see her, the N-word for a German salute. That is not the royal family. I know that's not the royal family. This was not the royal family. But it's real. This was when she was young. She married into the family. We're going to talk about her history very, very soon. Very soon. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about it now. Because if those who don't know, she's German. She was not born in Britain. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people assume that she was just German. Nope. That she was British. No, she's German. Yes. Yes. Let's see how much they let Wikipedia lie. Now, they knew people were going to go in, folks, so they put the extended, confirmed, protected. They had to put extra locks because they know people were going to go in on their Lion's Den. We were going to get to that. Yes, we are. We're going to get to that. That picture was just her throwing up the N-word for a German salute. We're going to get to that. But let's see. They said she was born in Mayfair, London. But what they don't want to tell you is she's German. They don't want to tell you that. But that's okay. Let's look up her history of plundering, how they stole the crown. Elizabeth II stole the crown. We look that up. Them stories are out there. Now, this is why, folks, just as a sidebar, this is why the world sucks. And I plan to show this when I talk about Jamaica on Saturday. Instead of mourning the Queen and shutting down the nation, as well you should, they're worried about the show The Crown, if it is going to be a season 5, because she's gone. This is what people are supposed to care about. The Crown will halt production in wake of Queen's death. Are y'all serious? Now, I could play this one, but I don't trust E because they're lefties. Let's see. They already. Would y'all like to see her obituary? Let's read the obituary. Let's see how much they lied. Now that's her when she got the power. But let's read the obituary. For the millions who watched on June 2nd, 1953, for it was the first time in history that a British coronation has been televised, the most moving part of the ceremony came near the end. It was then that the imperial state crown, encrusted with 2,868 diamonds and weighing more than a kilogram, was placed on the pretty dark and fragile head of Elizabeth Windsor, making her at a touch Queen Elizabeth II. How many of them diamonds did you take from Africa to make that? Let's ask that question. Let's ask that question. Let's ask that question, because that's a very, very important question. Let's continue. For her, though, according to the few people who knew her well, the most charged part of the service had come earlier, and the only part which was not shown. Then, like monarchs before her, back to medieval times, she had stripped to a shift behind screens and had been anointed with holy oil, a sign that her election came not just from good Hanoverian blood, but from God. Here we go. It was a reminder that kingship was a holy and permanent duty, and she never forgot it. Well, it ain't permanent now, is it? Now, I just love it now that they're coming out now and suppressing all the bad stuff about her. M. Flournoy, I still believe she's behind the death of Diana. And we are back. They messed with my connection. And Florida, they did it again. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, okay. They're messing with my connection. And Flournoy, they're watching us. But okay. Again, sidebar. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one royal family I respect. Beatzilla, hello. You missed a hell of an opening. But this is the only royal family that I respect. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the only one. Right here. Give me 1 second. It's playing with me tonight. Yes, here we go. This is the only one I respect. We will zoom in. That is the only royal family I respect. That is Red Fox, Della Reese, I forget her name, Lorenz Tate, and the little Gwendolyn chick from Family Matters. This is the only royal family I respect. I don't care what nobody tell me. Red Fox should not have died on set. They should have gotten at least 4 seasons. But let's continue, folks. I found an article. Let's see if this is actually worth the read. So, how did the British family obtain their wealth? Part 1. So what the rest of it? Just like this? That's it? Where's part 2 in all this? All right, fuck it. We'll read it. The British royal family began its reign in 1066 when William the Bastard conquered Normandy and became William the Conqueror, William I. William started the amassment of wealth by acquiring land and ensuring his subjects or tenants paid revenue, tolls, fines, and taxes. Over centuries, British royal family accumulation of land and assets increased throughout the Kingdom of England. Kind of sounds like what's going on here. Fast forward 443 years later, King Henry VIII sits on the throne. Henry is most remembered for his tumultuous private life. However, his accomplishments were instrumental in advancing the Kingdom of England. Henry's reign strengthened the monarch's powers, oversaw Wales becoming part of the Kingdom of England, and Henry himself being declared the King of Ireland. Furthermore, Henry VIII was the first monarch to be given and used the title Defender of the Faith by the Pope. The irony is that 13 years later, the Henry VIII initiated the English or Protestant Reformation, making him the supreme head on earth of the Church of England. And we all know the Vatican did not like that. And severed ties with the Pope and Roman Catholic Church. Consequently, the crown acquired lands, property, and monies that were once owned by the Catholic Church. This influx of assets added to the wealth of the BRF and the Kingdom of England. Henry VIII was also father of the British Royal Navy. During his reign, Henry ordered the construction of royal dockyards and more advanced ships. It was Henry's initiative that paved the way to the establishment of one of the greatest maritime navies in the world, a navy that circumnavigated oceans and seas, battled countries, pirates, and privateers, escorted slave ships, protected sugarcane-producing islands, which enabled the Kingdom of England and later the United Kingdom to impose its supremacy throughout the world until the end of World War I. Jamaica, I need y'all to wake up. Yes, Naya Rivera. Yes. Jamaica, I need y'all to wake up. And remember what I said earlier. Get on, well, my correspondent said, get on the plane and land in front of Buckingham Palace and get that $500 billion. And make sure they refill it. We're not playing with this no more. Go get your reparations. Let me see. Okay. I'm flowing on going in. Making dinner but listening. I hope it ain't pizza. Anyway, let's continue. How y'all feeling so far? Y'all have y'all opinions changed to the Queen? No? I'm pretty sure y'all don't care. Let me see if I can look up the Cullinan diamond. Cullinan diamond. Yes. Africa, I'm going to need y'all to go get this diamond back. Please. There should be inquiries right now. There should be inquiries right now to the royal family. Go get your stuff back. Please. Show some kind of backbone. Look at that diamond, folks. She's trolling y'all. Look at this. She is trolling y'all. Look at this. Mined in South Africa in 1905 and weighing 3,106 carats. It still holds the title of largest diamond ever found. Louis Vuitton owns the second one. How did y'all allow this? Look at the size of this thing. But y'all worried about what Black Americans are doing. Sure. Let's go with that. Who wants to hear about Queen Elizabeth and her up and down relationship with the British Jewish community? Let's talk about that. That's important. I wonder how the British Jewish community is feeling. Ooh, here we go. Israeli leaders mourn death of Queen Elizabeth II. Ties flourished under her reign. I'm sure they did. Queen Elizabeth's long, complex relationship with the British Jewish community. She inspired loyalty among UK Jews throughout her reign, hosted Jewish and Israeli leaders, but it irked members of the community that she never visited Israel. So she said, you come to my house, I'm not going over there. Now she's reading the Torah, right? No. The Codex Valmadonna, one book. Okay. Queen Elizabeth II, who sat on the throne for 70 years until her death on Thursday, enjoyed a long and warm relationship with the British Jewish community from the start of her reign in 1952 through her final years. Well, come on, let's get to the show. Here we go. Throughout her decades as the UK's head of state, Queen Elizabeth cultivated amicable ties with the Jewish communal figures as well as cordial relations with Israeli leaders. But though she paid official visits to dozens of countries throughout her tenure, she never visited the state of Israel. In fact, no member of the royal family ever visited Israel in an official capacity until 2018 when Prince William arrived in the Jewish state on an unprecedented official visit, lifting the unofficial boycott. Prince Philip made a personal visit to Israel in 1994 to honor his mother, Princess Alice of Greece, who was buried on the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. Prince Charles visited Israel in 1995 and 2016 to attend the funerals of Yitzhak Rabin and Shimon Peres. Those stays were not, however, official royal visits. The decades-long refusal of the royal family to undertake an official visit to the state of Israel while having no such hesitations over trips to authoritarian monarchies such as Saudi Arabia and Qatar, I wonder why, irked many Israeli politicians and members of the British Jewish community. Jonathan Arkush, the former head of the Board of Deputies, told the Times of Israel in 2016 that a local Jewry had been pushing hard for an official royal visit to Israel since it was not about time. It's past time for a royal visit. And a British government official told the Telegraph in 2015 that, quote, until there is a settlement between Israel and the Palestinian Authority, the royal family can't really go there. Though many British leaders, including prime ministers, have paid visits to the Jewish state, the official claimed that in Israel so much politics is caught up in the land itself that it's best to avoid those complications altogether by not going there. Despite the snub, they still enjoyed close ties and loyalty from British Jews and also met with many visiting Israeli dignitaries during her decades on the throne. Here we go. When she turned 90 in 2016, the former UK Chief Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks lionized the Queen as someone whose greatness speaks. I didn't realize you guys couldn't read it. Sorry. Yeah, that should be better. As someone whose greatness speaks across ethnic and religious divides, her contribution to British society is immeasurable, and the respect she has shown for all religions has enriched our lives. Why are they telling that lie? Why are they telling that lie? Anyway, indeed, British Jews largely express fealty and gratitude to the Queen, expressing any displeasure or criticism behind closed doors. In 1972, British Jews vowed to plant 1 million trees in Israel to honor the Queen's 25th wedding anniversary to Prince Philip. Must be nice. During the decades in which members of the royal family refused to travel to Israel, the Queen hosted many Israeli leaders in the UK, including then President Ephraim Katzir in 1976. In 2008, then President Peres was knighted by Queen Elizabeth upon the invitation of the British government. The second ever Israeli envoy to the UK, Eliyahu Eilat, was granted a rare sit-down dinner overnight visit with the Queen at Windsor Castle in 1959. Enough of this. So her and the Jewish community are tight. Okay, whatever. How y'all feel about that? Did that sway y'all's opinion some, or y'all still saying, no, the hell with her? Jeff Bezos, the Cuban, weighed in on the teacher who said something about the Queen. Oh, we got to play this, folks. Oh, we got to read this. We got to read this juicy nugget. And then I'm probably going to get out of here because I'm hungry. So it says, sorry. So it says, Jeff Bezos slams professor for wishing Queen Elizabeth an excruciating death. Now, this was her attempt to try to be on code. But no. A university professor wished Queen Elizabeth an excruciating death, and she was promptly slammed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, a Cuban, by the way. Quote, I heard the chief monarch of a thieving, raping, genocidal empire is finally dying. Uju Anya, an associate professor of second language acquisition. I read that wrong, folks. I'm sorry. Quote, I heard the chief monarch of a thieving, raping, genocidal empire is finally dying. Uju Anya, a former associate professor of second language acquisition at Carnegie Mellon University, wrote in a tweet on Thursday, she'll be fired tomorrow. May her pain be excruciating. The world's third richest man then quoted Anya's tweet and wrote, this is someone supposedly working to make the world better. I don't think so. Bezos added, wow. Back and forth came as a 96-year-old monarch was under medical supervision at Balmoral Castle in Scotland less than an hour before Buckingham Palace officially announced that Queen Elizabeth had died in 96. Follow-ups to her initial posts elsewhere, the Carnegie Mellon professor defended her tweet in explicit terms. So she really didn't care. Okay, say less. Buttercup, hello. This is interesting. As a child, I had to stay in the hot sun waiting for the Queen to arrive. I never understood that she and her family were responsible for the poverty in many Caribbean islands. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I remember the year Diana died. I was staying at my grandparents' house for the summer. And I was awakened, because again, we're 5 hours behind them. I was awakened to my grandmother crying with the TV on that they announced Diana had died. And I didn't understand it. Gary James, of course they fired her. They haven't fired her yet, but trust and believe, Carnegie Mellon's getting that phone call from the royal family or MI6. She has no job by Monday, I promise you this. And then she'll be pro-black. Oh, she'll start sounding like the new black media, but we already know. We read that. After one Twitter user wrote, ew, you stink. God, dog. Anya responded, you mean like your pee? Such class. Such class. Anya also doubled down in a response to Bezos, posted just minutes after Elizabeth's death was confirmed, writing, may everyone you and your merciless greed have harmed in this world remember you as fondly as I remember my colonizers. Twitter later took down Anya's initial tweet for violating its rules, which bar wishing or hoping that someone experiences physical harm. That blue check don't save you. Anya and Carnegie Mellon did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Put a pin in this, folks. So now they're aware. Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh are aware of her tweet. They got the phone call from the shareholders and the boosters. This chick will not have a job by the weekend, I assure you. When another user asked why she would wish Elizabeth dead, the professor wrote, I'm not wishing her dead. She's dying already. I'm wishing her an agonizingly painful death like the one she caused for millions of people. Okay. Again, ma'am, fine with the sentiment. You don't put it on Twitter, though. You dumb. Or if you're going to put it on Twitter, here's an idea. Lock the tweet. Or lock your account. Dumb. But okay. If anyone expects me to express anything but disdain for the monarch who supervised the government that sponsored the genocide and massacred and displaced half my family, and the consequences of which those alive today are still trying to overcome, you can keep wishing upon a star. Somebody was listening to FBA music. According to an interview with Anya that Carnegie Mellon, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, enough. I don't care. You let a white supremacist like Jeff Bezos give you that work. You had no smoke for that man. But when someone said, "Ooh, you stink," then you had smoke. Ma'am, that was your redemption arc. Brother Torian Ray know what I'm talking about. That was your redemption arc, man. That was for you to start changing the perception of what people think about you. But you let that white supremacist go, but you wanted to go engage with a Twitter user that nobody cares about. So when white daddy get to talking, you get meek. All right, you got it. So for that, yeah.
Mari Double Coon.
You're a double coon because you had an opportunity to curse out Jeff Bezos, the third richest man in the world. And you let that bypass. You let that bypass. Buttercup says, when I heard of her death, I felt angry. I wanted my money before she broke. You can still go get it. Just because she's gone does not mean that the royal family still does not have to pay off. Go get the money. She did not die with the bank card in her casket. Go get that money. But before I get out of here, let me say this. Move on. That's it. That's all I got. Move on. I want to thank everyone for tuning in this impromptu broadcast. Again, tomorrow I'll be under the knife, and according to y'all on my community tab, don't even bring your black ass to the computer. Go rest up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rest up. And I will let you know how it was on Saturday before I get into talking about Jamaica. So again, everyone, thank you. Stay safe out there. And once again, God bless the Queen. God bless the Queen.